So we just had the first Nintendo Direct in quite some time. This was the very first Mario-specific Direct. I mean, they had Directs on Mario games like Mario Kart 8 and Super Mario Maker 2, but this was the first general Mario Direct, and I'm pretty sure most of you know Mario is my favorite series, and I can't speak for everyone, but I'm sure it's your favorite too, right? Or is that Sonic?
Yeah. No, Mario and Sonic are my favorite franchises. They're neck and neck. I don't prefer one over the other.
But yeah, so when I saw the announcement of a Mario Direct and it was shadow dropped, which was to be expected, Nintendo's been doing a lot of shadow dropping. I was really excited
Hmm.
for it, and I wasn't spoiled on everything, which is good. I mean, Nintendo tweeted some stuff out and I saw that ahead of time, but I was able to
Hmm.
see the Direct, put it on the TV, and started watching it. And you know, the thing with the shadow drop Directs is they're uploaded directly, and I don't feel like I ever watch the full presentation. Like, I'll tune in for the games, but when they start going over Mario Puma shoes, and yeah, that's not something I'm too interested in. So I'll just skip ahead, look at the games, and I got a general idea of what this direct was. I watched most of it, and we're going to be going over some
Hmm.
things in the direct, and some of our opinions might surprise you, and some might be a little bit controversial, but if you stay tuned till the end of the video, I think you'll get an understanding of why.
Yeah. So, would you like to go first? I think we got a lot to talk about here.
We do. So, the first thing we're going to talk about is something a little bit different than usual because usually we talk about a game first, but this is actually a game, but it's also a watch. The Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch is getting a release, and this one's different than the original Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch because this has a full-on version of Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, and a Mario remake of Ball. Now, I know the Game & Watch might not have any relevance to people outside of Smash Bros., but I gotta say, I love the Game & Watch series. I love the Game & Watch Gallery games on the Game Boy. They were so cool with modern remakes of Game & Watch games while also the classics. And while we're at it,
Mhm.
please make Game & Watch Gallery 5, Nintendo. Just make a compilation of every Game & Watch game, have a modern remake, and everything will be great and I'll be very happy. But also, this sends a message. Will Nintendo continue to make Game & Watches because they're making a Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch and it's not really a Game & Watch considering that those were LCD games, but these ones they're more like the My Arcade stuff that you'd find with like
Hmm.
they have like full on NES versions of games on it because technology nowadays you can get a color screen for pretty cheap. So I'm wondering,
Hmm.
will they ever continue producing the Game & Watch line? Because they did stuff before in the 90s, early 2000s with the Nintendo Mini Classics. Those were like Game Boy shaped keychains with reissues of Game & Watch games, and one of those was actually the original Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch game, which is really underrated. I wish they included it, but overall
Hmm.
it's really cool.
I think it depends on how well this one sells. I think overall it is really cool. I wouldn't have expected them to do a new Game and Watch quote unquote console for the 35th anniversary. So that's pretty neat. I don't think I would pick it up personally. I know you probably would because I know that you love Game and Watch. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing more Game and Watch stuff, but I think you're more the Game and Watch expert here, so I wouldn't really know where to start.
You think they'll reissue more, or you said that you think if it does more successful, or I'm sure it'll be successful and everything, but you think they're gonna
Yeah.
reissue the original Game & Watches and remake them from scratch, kind of like they did with the Club Nintendo Ball? Or they're gonna be NES games in the style of Game & Watch? Because Game & Watches are
Mm.
very premium feeling. They're really nice. I have two of them, and they're super cool. The mini classics are novel items, but they don't have the same level of polish and quality the Game & Watches do.
Mhm. I That's tough to say. I don't know because I'm not sure how wide of an audience it would have beyond like the niche Game and Watch audience. You know what I mean? So I'm only saying if the Super Mario Brothers Game and Watch thing does well, then maybe we could see more of that. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing them. I think Game and Watch is really cool, but I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I wouldn't be opposed to it though.
Yeah, I'd be excited to see more of it, and hopefully it'll do well. I know I'm picking one up, I just hope that it's easy enough to get because knowing Nintendo, they like to make things artificially scarce, and we're definitely gonna get into that. But before we
Uh,
do, this has been a long time coming right here. This has been the last Wii U port that's been heavily requested, and really the last one Nintendo ever needed to make, because I don't think Mario Party 10 is going to be ported to the Switch anytime soon, and that is Super Mario 3D World. Now, at first when watching the trailer, I thought it'd just be like a port like New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, where it's the same game, but as it turns out, this game has quite a few differences. For one, it looks like the physics are improved with the game. Because the Switch doesn't rely on a D-pad of sorts, it appears they got rid of the 8-way direction movement from the original Super Mario 3D World, and as much as I love Super Mario 3D World, the biggest problem with it are the controls. They feel a little bit stiff, and I saw Mario's able to dive now, so I'm wondering, will they kind of combine Odyssey's controls with 3D World? Because I could definitely see that working really well, and making the game even more fun.
I actually didn't catch Mario diving. I'm gonna have to rewatch the trailer for that now. But yeah, I think this was probably the highlight for you and I in the whole direct, and it was mainly because of the extra content that they teased towards the end. Um, I think we both came to the conclusion that if they were going to do a port of 3D World, that we would maybe get like an extra character or like a couple of worlds. But they went above and beyond, and it seems like we're getting a brand new campaign, like a brand new story mode called I think Bowser's Fury.
Yeah, Bowser's
And
Fury.
let me just say, that new location looks gorgeous. Like, oh my God, I cannot wait to play that level, and I can't wait to see what entails. And I'm almost sure that we are going to get a new playable character in that new story mode, whether it be, I don't know, Yoshi or Wario or whoever. I think we're getting at least one new character in that campaign, or even some new power ups too. Um,
Speaking of that,
I think,
I
yeah,
had
go
an
on.
idea of this. So I
Hmm.
always like to go back to this. For Nintendo's New Year's Eve celebration back in 2018, they had something in the Shibuya
Uh,
Square with Dog
I don't,
Mario fighting a statue Bowser. He was like Bowser controlling this rock statue. And I'm
yeah.
wondering, will we see Bowser using a statue as part of the Fury thing? Because this is a world we've never seen before, and Dog Mario
Mhm.
as a power up.
Maybe I don't know if Dog Mario will be a thing, just because just looking at the end shot of the trailer, we see that the trees are obviously cat inspired. So I think there will still be a cat theme going around, and there was like a really weird Sphinx that Mario was above. It seems they're keeping the story shrouded in mystery, which I really like because Nintendo has a problem with spoiling things too early. But yeah, I don't know. I will again. I think we are going to get new power ups. So I think Dog Mario would be a selling point, just because this new mode almost feels like a sequel of sorts.
And
If
that's
you get what
another
I
thing.
mean.
Because if this mode, Bowser's Fury, is like full on a brand new mode, and nearly as long as a or single player campaign, and has a good amount of content, then yeah, this would be the sequel for 3D World that I've always wanted. And, well, not
Yeah.
always, but wanted ever since Super Mario Odyssey, because I was kind of worried we wouldn't get a sandbox 3D Mario again. But this
Yeah.
seems really cool, and I can't wait to see more of it. But overall,
Yeah.
there's
And
there's another big
oh no.
addition:
Yeah.
online multiplayer. I hope it
Oh
works,
yeah.
but this is major because the original Super Mario 3D World didn't have that.
Yeah. And I that my main issue is that Nintendo's been kind of finicky with servers, especially with Super Smash Brothers. But hopefully this multiplayer works and it's fun, because 3D World is a blast to play with friends. Um, and it is great news. It's also coming out on my birthday month, so that'll be my birthday gift for sure. And then to put the icing on the cake, Because Nintendo likes to take money from my wallet so much, we got Cat Mario and Cat Peach amiibos.
Yes, I'm surprised they're making new amiibos because I understand why they're making the Smash ones because I feel like they're
Hmm.
kind of obligated to make them because they said they would make one of every character. But I was
Yeah.
not expecting that, and that is so cool. Although I don't know why they
Hmm.
promote Peach so much. Why not Luigi?
I think we'll probably get the rest of the cast. I think it'll probably be like how Smash has waves of different amiibos. Like we'll maybe get two for each wave. But what also disappointed me was that the Cat Mario and Cat Peach amiibos. I think what would have been cool, in my opinion, was if the actual cat suit was felt, like an actual felt amiibo, and then like Mario's face would actually be plastic, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, I totally get what you mean, but maybe it goes for the durability of that. I'm not sure, but I mean they have the popcorn ceiling texture, so that's something.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I just kind of wish we had gotten that felt texture for the cat suits at least. But either way, the amiibos look really nice. I will be buying them. Not right now, thank God, because I'm probably gonna get one of the games mentioned that we will mention later on, and Crash 4. My poor wallet is crying right now. But yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. I really hope there's
Oh
a
yeah.
lot to this mode. It looks like there's some effort put into the port. It's not one of the ports like New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe where really nothing was added. And this was the
Yeah.
real star for me right here, one of them. I just can't wait to see more of it. So before we
Yeah.
get into the big ones, we're going to go over Super Mario 35 or Super Mario Bros. 35, which is sort of like a Mario Battle Royale game. Tetris
Hmm.
99 was really cool. And what they're doing here looks really fun. It's adding a twist to the original Super Mario Bros. Where you're playing against 35 other people and you're going to be the last one standing. So this looks really cool. There's not a whole lot to say about it. It releases on October 1st, which I thought it'd be kind of like available now. So there is a few weeks to wait, but nevertheless, it looks really cool.
Yeah, I only have one gripe with it, which we will discuss with another game coming up on this list.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah, so, but the idea that there's a battle royale Mario game, it's cool. It's a novel concept. Um, I don't think I'll be. Maybe you and I will probably play it and have some fun out of it, but it's fine. It's cool. It's whatever. Not really too particularly excited for it.
But what's your big point?
So do you want to discuss the next game to discuss this point, or do you just want me to say it?
Just say it, because I think a lot of people are going to see this coming, and this will
All right.
foreshadow what's really going to happen.
So, um, the game is only available to Nintendo Switch Online members, which, fine, whatever.
Same with
But
Tetris
the thing,
99.
yeah, but the thing that annoys me the most is that the game will only be available till March. And this goes into our next discussion about.
Well, we'll get there. We'll definitely get
Okay,
there, but I think you're forgetting
yeah.
about this because you said before you
Am I?
weren't too excited about it. And I'm more the Mario Kart guy, so this is definitely my
Oh,
specialty right here. And
yeah, yeah,
expect a
yeah.
full video on this, guys, because I feel like I'd be doing you guys a disservice if I didn't talk about this game more in detail. This is just a sneak
Yeah,
peek of what to expect. We're going to talk about this in
I
Mario
t-
Kart Tour first because I think it's
mhm.
really cool. They're doing a Super Mario Kart Tour for the 35th anniversary with Donkey Kong Jr. as a playable character again. That is super cool. And it
Would have
would be
never
kind of
expected it.
yeah, it would be kind of cool to see him in a modern style, but the fact of the matter is Donkey Kong Jr. is back. But no, we're not going to talk about Mario Kart Tour. There is a new Mario Kart game coming to the Switch, and it's something completely different than I would have ever expected, and it's such a Nintendo thing to do. And I feel like it's something they would have done in the Wii era, but nowadays they finally have that technology to really make it work, and I think the Switch is a great system for it. The game is called
Mhm.
Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. Yes, the long awaited sequel to Mario Kart Super Circuit. No, I'm kidding, this is something completely different. So, what it is
Yeah.
essentially is Mario Kart in real life. You control RC cars of Mario and Luigi that have a camera on them, and drive them around the house. So in reality, it's real life Mario Kart. Now I've always been fascinated by the idea of AR. I think it's super cool. Nintendo used to
Mm.
kind of do stuff like that with the 3DS, and
Yeah.
they haven't really done much of that with the Switch. Well, obviously because
Yeah.
there's not a camera, but I gotta say,
Hmm.
I know a lot of you might be thinking, well, this isn't Mario Kart 9. Wouldn't you be upset about this? Or some people might actually be upset about it. But no, I'm not upset about this. I think it looks really cool. And I'll tell you why. There are a few reasons why I think it's cool, because for one, it's Mario Kart in real life. That is a really cool concept right there, and I kind of had an idea
Yeah.
for that for a new kind of Mario game where you'd be controlling him in your house. And I think this works even better because you're controlling an RC car, which is great. And another thing about it is that this proves that there is no longer the rule of one Mario Kart per console. There's no longer the argument for 8 Deluxe sold so well they're never going to make a Mario Kart game for the Switch. Because what they're doing here is exactly what I predicted. They are
Mm.
capitalizing on the success of 8 Deluxe and made another Mario Kart for the Switch. Regardless if it's the Mario Kart 9 that everyone wanted or not, this is a Mario Kart game on the Switch that's not Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I doubt this will be the star Mario Kart for the Switch. I know we're getting Mario Kart 9 at this point because let's think about it. They're doing all this stuff to hype up Mario Kart. They had Mario Kart Tour last year. They were going to open the theme park ride. It's called Mario Kart Koopa's Challenge or something like that. And then they have
Mm.
this sort of AR Mario Kart Live home circuit thing. And it's not even developed by Nintendo. It's developed by VLAN Labs, I think, or VLAN Studios. And they
Yeah.
specialize in stuff like augmented reality and stuff like that. So this is
Right.
definitely a cool thing to have. And I'm excited for it. I'm definitely going to make some more videos on it.
I think personally, it's cool. I don't think I'll be, getting it. I don't know how much the RC cars are gonna be.
They're
Hopefully it's not like,
expensive.
yeah, I would assume so.
$100.
Yeah, so it's not gonna be a first day pickup for me. But I will say that I don't think this is going to be the premier Mario Kart for the Switch.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
definitely not.
yeah, and I just want to. I'm not a Nintendo spokesperson. Keep that in mind. So take this with a grain of salt. But I am confident we will see a mainline Mario Kart sometime. I'd say next year. I think we might see it next year because, like you said, this game isn't developed by Nintendo, in house, right? It's another company. Um, so the Mario Kart team is working on something. Let's keep that in mind. I think what probably happened was that this game was supposed to coincide with whatever new Mario Kart was supposed to come out this year, and it inevitably got delayed to next year. So I think in the meantime we have, this game for now, which is more of a spin-off, which
Yeah,
I'm fine.
definitely. It's more on the tier of the arcade games and Tour than a mainline Mario Kart.
Yeah, for sure. And it doesn't make me mad just because it's just kind of a holdover till we get an actual Mario Kart game, which I think will be coming next year.
Yeah, and like I said before, this is definitely not Mario Kart 9. It's not even developed by Nintendo. And it's something different and a new idea that I'm sure they've had in the back of their minds to have a real life Mario Kart. But overall, I'm sure this would have been even more fun when I was a kid. But this looks really cool right here, and I'm sure it'll do well. Mario Kart in real life is a great idea, and expect more videos on this topic for sure. And now, finally, we're gonna get into the elephant in the room, Mario Puma shoes. What do you think?
Well, I guess they figured, well, Sonic did it. We might as well do it ourselves.
I wonder if Mario's gonna wear those in the Mario movie by Illumination.
Oh God. You know,
Well,
if it
the
was live action, maybe, but probably not.
well, the Bob-omb in the Super Mario Brothers movie was wearing Reeboks, but all joking aside, this game has been rumored for a long time. This is one of the rumors that's actually confirmed to be true, for the most part, of course. And that is Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Even got the title right. So, what this game essentially is a compilation of three 3D Mario games being Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. A lot of fans have been wanting this. A lot of people who own the Switch don't have any other Nintendo systems because a lot of new fans are being made. So this is going to be the first time fans will be able to play all these great 3D Mario games. That's great. I'm glad Nintendo is finally releasing some legacy content. Again, because they used to do that in the Wii era. But you know what? As much as I love these games, there are a few gripes I have with the game, which we'll definitely get into, but I'd like to hear your initial thoughts first.
Um, where do I start? I I for me personally, it's nice not having to boot up my Wii again to play these games because these are some of my favorite games. Like Sunshine I love, 64 is one of my favorites. Galaxy is fantastic, right? Um Sunshine and Galaxy look really nice. They're remastered, so there's high definition there. So for as far as high definition goes, and uh, little quality of life improvements with the appearance, they look fine. 64, I'm kind of disappointed with. It's I kind of, to be honest, I kind of expected them to just port it over, but I feel like the least they could have done was made it widescreen. And they didn't even really do that. So I don't know. I I think we were banking on them being remakes, at least 64, just because it kind of needs it. Um, but yeah, and then the other thing that kind of boggled my mind was that there was no Galaxy 2.
Yeah, where was Galaxy 2? I'll never
Yeah,
understand why they didn't add it. I don't know if it was being cheap or what, but
I
Galaxy
don't
2
know.
is considered to be the best 3D Mario game by most people. My favorite is
Yeah.
specifically Super Mario Odyssey, but Galaxy 2 is my second favorite. It's totally up there, and a lot of people love it. The gameplay is just so much more refined. It added Yoshi, and I feel like Nintendo's doing a big disservice by not including this game. Unless it's
I
miraculously an unlockable game or something like that. It's
mm,
ridiculous that they didn't add it.
I think I hate to be the negative Nancy here, but I feel like they're gonna tack on Galaxy 2 as DLC later on. I feel like the way Nintendo's going right now, I would not be surprised if that's what they did. Or they might just sell Galaxy 2 separately, for another $60. Um, which is a shame because Galaxy 2 is another major Mario game. Another possibility I was thinking of was that maybe it's like an extra story mode for Galaxy after you beat the game, but I think that's just wishful thinking at this point. Um, it's disappointing, you know? I'm not super mad about it just because, like, it is three of the best 3D Mario games on the Switch. You get to bring it on the go. It's all fine and good. Um, but there's one thing about this that it boggles my mind of how Nintendo works as a business.
Yeah.
I think I'll let you take over.
So I'm just gonna give my thoughts on being ports real quick and then go into the big issue with all this.
Yeah.
I feel like it's really lazy that they just ported them over. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the thing
Yeah.
with this is there are two remakes out there that took classic games, remade them from the ground up, and really made them feel fresh again. We have Crash
Yep.
Insane Trilogy and Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Those are characters that are nowhere near the level of Mario, and they got full on remakes. Not to mention that those games were only $40, and you could see that there was just so much love and care put into them. The developers
Yeah.
were very passionate about the series. Why can't
Mm-hmm.
Mario get that? Why does Nintendo just refuse to make 3D or remake 3D Mario games? And I know there's an argument that, oh, be grateful that they gave you something, but I'll use this as an example right here. You remember 10 years ago when Nintendo re-released Super Mario All-Stars on the Wii, which you could play it on the Switch now, worth bringing up. But a
Yeah.
few years ago they did that. They had a limited edition bundle, came with an art book and a CD, and Super Mario All-Stars for the Wii. All it was a port of the SNES game, and people were upset and called it a lazy port. The thing with this is, Nintendo is so bad about releasing legacy content nowadays that releasing literally anything that's not NES or SNES will get people really excited. And a lot of people don't remember the days of the Virtual Console on the Wii and never experienced it, so they think this is really cool. But the fact of the matter is, while it's great that these games are available and people are able to play them now without having to pay insane prices for the physical copies, this should
Mhm.
be expected from Nintendo. They should be releasing Nintendo 64, GameCube, and Wii games. They were even doing that on the Wii U. Oddly enough, it didn't have Wii or GameCube games, but it had Nintendo 64 and Wii games that you could download. So I don't know what's going on with Nintendo here. I really think they should have been remakes. Super Mario All-Stars remade the entire Super Mario Bros. Trilogy and Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. I don't know why they couldn't hear. People are saying, oh, Nintendo can't do it. You know how much work that would take? Activision is smaller than Nintendo. It's not a small company by any means. And Toys for Bob and Beanox are small companies too. I mean, they're not the biggest, but they're not the smallest either. They're not indie studios, but they were able to remake the Crash trilogy and the Spyro trilogy. What's Nintendo's excuse?
Yeah. I mean, you also forgot Vicarious Visions, but yeah,
Developed by Vicarious Visions.
very nice. But that's kind of what disappoints me, just because we're kind of in the age of revivals and remakes. So I would have kind of expected Nintendo at least to remake 64. At least just that. I would have been fine if they just remade 64 and everything else was a remaster. Just because I feel like everything else, for the most part, if they took the time to, upscale it the right way, could look fine. Like, it could look good, you know? But I don't know. It's just kind of, and the fact that it's $60 too.
That's
For
Nintendo for you.
3 games I already have, like, I don't know.
It
I'm
depends
getting
if they
it.
go anywhere with like the
Yeah.
quality of life improvements. Because if Sunshine is 60 frames per second and has a what's a thing called, like a list of blue coins you had, because I
Oh
don't think
yeah.
Sunshine had it. If it has a few quality of life improvements, then I'd say that's good. But man, if
Yeah.
these are just ports, then
I think
it's
they're
kind of
just port.
disappointing.
Yeah, I think they're just ports. I think they would have said if they fixed the blue coins or not or not.
I know the blue
Um,
coins will still be there, but I'm talking about have a list about how many you collected and how many
no,
more you need to get. They might
that's what
add
I'm saying.
something like that because they have, or with Sunshine, they at least have to, change the way you use Flood because the Switch doesn't have the analog triggers. But
Yeah, I I hope so. There's only really one reason I'm buying the game, and I guess do you want to get into that now, or do you want to like get out your last few thoughts about the game?
I just have like one more thought. This
Mm.
isn't a situation with the games being ports that makes me furious, like with Paper Mario the Origami King, where I was just not feeling that game at all, where I just flat out wouldn't buy it because I hated Sticker Star so much and didn't want anything to do with it, regardless if it was good or not. And I know
Yeah.
Origami King's getting good reception, but I just know it's not the game for me. No, this game
Mm.
right here, I'm getting it. It's nice to have these games on the Switch. They've done stuff like this with Kirby's Dream Collection, although
Yeah.
that had a lot more games, but needless to say, I think it's good that people will be able to play these. For now, because Nintendo made the baffling decision to make them only available for purchase until March. Why? What's the point of that? For a physical version, I can kind of see that. I mean, I don't think it's okay, but I kind of see where they're going having the limited edition thing, but for digital? Are you kidding me?
I I there is no like good explanation for this, I feel. I don't understand like I what the mindset about this is.
Oh, I can
You know?
understand. Nintendo likes to practice the artificial scarcity thing. What they like to do is they like to not have or steady supply of a product and then when it sells out everywhere, people are gonna want it even more, like they did with the Amiibos and the NES Classic Edition, and pretty
But
much a lot of stuff they've done. Even the Super Mario All Stars reissue years ago, that was kind of hard to
they
get. So they do this
they did.
practice, but I would say specifically this year, now is not a good time to do that because what do people do when they think a product's going to be scarce? They line up in front of a store before it opens. And what happens when people are close together? You get the idea. I mean, you could social distance and everything like that, but it's just not a good idea to do that ever, especially not now. It's not safe. I don't think people should risk their health on a video game, but there are the people who really want to get these products. I'm not one of them. I mean, I'd rather just wait for a pre-order or something like that, but Nintendo, why are you doing this? It's ridiculous. People have been begging for these games to come to the Switch and to only have them until March. What are you thinking?
It's not consumer friendly, and they did not the same thing, but something similar with the Pikmin 3 Deluxe port, where they delisted the game from the Wii U eShop from people preventing to get it on the Wii U. And this goes on to 3D All Stars, where it's only available till March.
Yeah, and same with
I,
Super Mario Bros. 35. I just don't get it. I hope there's enough of
I,
a backlash where Nintendo will keep it on the market because, as seen with Super Mario Maker 2's online multiplayer, if fans backlash enough and say this isn't cool, Nintendo will listen. So just speak up about this. Let them know it's not okay. Let them know that it's not
yeah,
consumer friendly to do this. But overall, I would say the Mario Direct had some great announcements. Obviously, the stars for me were Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury and Mario Kart
yeah,
Live Home Circuit. But overall, I would say most of the stuff was pretty good. It's just Nintendo, you got to stop with these anti-consumer practices.
yeah. It's disappointing, especially when uh, they could be avoiding this stuff. I just feel like the past few years, Nintendo's just kind of been trudging fans along because of these practices, and I don't think it's fair. I'm seeing on Twitter that people are starting to get a conscience about what's going on, especially with what we just discussed, the 3D Mario collection being limited till March.
Yeah, that's terrible right there. And
Yeah,
overall, I think that there has been enough backlash about it, but not quite enough where Nintendo will probably make a statement about it. Well, probably because it's early on, but like I always say,
yeah.
let Nintendo know. But anyways, I think this about wraps it up. I'm Demeech,
And I'm Ty the Guy.
and keep calm and da-da on.